3, 2, 1.
I just had 2 notifications from Sheen pop up there.
Guys, welcome back. Season 2, episode 2
Episode 2, season 2.
of the William Mead Watches podcast.
This is quite nice. We've got the England game on in the background.
Yeah, the England games are in the background. They're actually winning 1-0 against
Greece.
Greece.
I feel like I'm in fan zone. Do you remember that?
When was the last time England won the Euros?
When was the last time Scotland fucking got
I'm
through
asking
the
a
groups?
serious question. When was the last time England won the Euros?
No, they've not.
Well, they've never won it.
No, we've won the
Well,
World
we're
Cup.
watching the European champions versus England then.
Nations League we're watching. European champions, not so much.
Greece won the Euros in 2004.
Oh, 2004, fuck. What have they done since then? Make flatbread.
England haven't done fuck all either.
Hey, we've made a couple finals. I agree that's fuck all, but we're basically champions.
Anyway.
I'm just watching this. What is your thoughts on Jude Bellingham? Overrated?
Do you know the one thing that I think about Jude Bellingham, right, is that I don't know a lot about football, right, to cast my judgment on a player like Jude Bellingham, but my initial thoughts was that he was overrated. But anytime you hear ex-pros talk about him, they always praise him highly.
Yeah.
So that makes me think he's not overrated.
So
And maybe it's just that I don't understand
Yeah. I was
certain parts of the game.
I was the opposite to you. So I used to think he was unbelievable. And the things he used to do, I'd be like, I haven't seen anyone do that in maybe like 20 years on a professional football pitch. And now I think he's gone very flat. I think it's gone to his head a little bit.
I
But
think they've moved him back, haven't they? So he's not getting as many goals and any goal contributions. So
yeah, well, still a baller. Anyway, should we move on?
are you talking
You-
a wee bit louder? 'Cause I can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me? All right?
Yeah, but I can hardly hear you.
Okay. I'll project my voice.
Just speak like you're speaking to me normally.
Okay, fine. Should we kick off with some pet peeves? Your favourite thing to do on the podcast?
Yeah, I do love a pet peeve.
This pet peeve actually comes from the three of us in the room. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Benedict behind the ones and twos, making sure also bought not even house slippers, they're hotel slippers.
The hotel slippers to my gaff, eh?
Yeah, strange.
Weird
But
guy.
hey, the three of us did go out we were shooting some content, we went out for some dinner, and the three of us went to a pizza place not too far from where we all live. And do you want to take it away? You're good at your restaurant ranting.
No, it's classic restaurant ranting. I used to work in a restaurant, so obviously I know what the script is in
did you?
terms of like sitting people down and like whatever. Like you need to manage the tables properly and make sure that you're maximising the amount of people you can get on the tables at any one time. So if someone comes in and you've got, let's say you're busy from 7 till 10, somebody comes in at 6:15, you don't go, sorry, we're full, when you've not got any tables in. You say, look, I can sit you down, but you've got 45 minutes. And then if someone comes in a little bit late for the table, you just move the tables about, you give them the one that the people are late for, and they give them a wee bit extra time. Anyway, we're into this restaurant around the corner for where we all live. We won't name it because it's
It's
well,
one-off.
I've got a rule in the podcast, don't we? First strike, we don't name
Yeah,
them.
so one off. Yeah.
Second strike,
You
you
get
get named.
Yeah.
Third strike, we don't go back. So we went in, women, fucking ball-faced women, as per usual. Sorry, we're full. We were like, there's nobody in here.
It was literally empty.
No, there was one table, guy and a woman. Place, not a soul in it. Now we're full. Then we went to a competitor.
We did.
5 minutes round the corner. Just like direct competitors, they both do the same thing, both serve the same food. Walked in. Josh walked in, knew the girl from the gym. It was rammed busy, no tables. Said to the girl from the gym, you got a table for us? She went, how many people is it for? We went 3 people. She went, give me 10 minutes, go and sit in the car and I'll go and find you one. 10 minutes later, we all walked in, spent 200 quid. Love it.
And that restaurant is like notorious for not getting a table. There's queues there, and she was just like, right, fuck it, leave it with me. If I can make it happen, I can make it happen. If I can't, I can't. And if she couldn't make it happen, fine. But don't walk in there. A pizza place as well, where they can turn a pizza around in maybe like 10 minutes.
I know, but it's a restaurant owner's, from a restaurant owner's perspective, if that was my restaurant, like, you don't want somebody turning people away at the door.
I think she is.
Or even like the women in the other restaurant could have said, listen, I don't have any tables, but I can do you a takeaway. Do you want a takeaway?
Aye,
None of that. Not interested.
Just full.
Just
Yeah.
a straight fuck off.
Straight fuck off. Nice.
Yeah.
Go into number 2, fireworks.
They're for kids, mate.
So he texted me firework night saying podcast topic fireworks, and I knew it was going to be negative.
They're for children, mate.
Okay.
I can't understand for life of me what
Possesses
what
somebody.
possesses an adult to go and buy fireworks,
To buy fireworks.
take them to a park, shoot them up in the sky, and go, wow.
I thought you were talking about grown men going to like a park,
Aye,
paying
that
a
as well.
fiver.
No,
to
that
go
as
and
well.
watch.
Like that fucking, they go to the park, they pay a tenner to get in for them, and I get it for the kids. Like, I understand. For the kids, it's like, wow, it's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
it's a cool thing to watch when you're a kid. Like, I remember my dad used to do it for me when I was a kid and whatever. But adults going without kids, mate.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
It's, even buying 250 quid worth of fireworks to shoot them off in your back garden. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Plus, listen, it frightens the dogs, and I'm a dog guy, so.
Right. How close?
What? That's fucking close to buying a golden retriever, honestly.
I walked in on...
The only thing that stopped me buying a golden retriever is I would think that to give a golden retriever a long, prosperous life, you have to have a nice big house, like farmhouse. You can open the door, it can run out in the garden, do what it wants. You know, it doesn't have to be in the house all the time. I feel as if people that have got big dogs that live in apartments or flats or small houses,
Inconsiderate.
it's very inconsiderate for the dog.
I concur.
Very inconsiderate for the dog. So I'd love to have a dog, and a golden retriever is just.
Interesting. I think golden retrievers smell.
I think I would call it Patrick as well.
You were talking
I
about.
just think it's quite a cool name, like human names for dogs. I quite like.
I mean, I've seen William tease it on his Instagram that he's this fucking close to buying a golden retriever. But then I walked in on, fuck it, it's Thursday now. We're actually shooting this podcast. It's probably going to try and go up either tonight or tomorrow.
Definitely not tonight, 'cause it's 9:30.
It's late.
Shooting it pretty late. That's a nail file, by the way.
Check the time.
Been in the shot. Been in the shot the whole time.
What was I saying? I came in on like Tuesday morning, and I thought we were going to go to like a golden retriever pen and go start picking up golden retrievers. But he
That's
came
where
to his
people go wrong
senses.
that buy dogs, mate. They go on Gumtree and buy a dog off Gumtree. Do you know what I mean?
Is that it?
It's like, it could be anything in that dog. Like anything, any breed, whatever, just looks like a golden retriever. People like golden retriever. But Gumtree, Sadie from fucking Motherwell's get 15 golden retrievers. Do you know what I mean? No chance. Like, I want to be on Kennel Club. I want to find the best golden retriever breeder with like a 50-year history of previous Crufts champions. That's who I want my golden retriever of. Even if it costs me an extra 500 quid for the same breed of dog, I want the bloodline. You know,
Nice.
I want the bloodline.
This fucking close.
So that's what I want.
We should maybe go to one of those like restaurants where it's just full of golden retrievers.
Yeah, there's a thing in Surrey every year. Sorry, that's a complete lie. It's not in Surrey, it's in Inverness. Complete opposite sides of the country.
Yes, literally.
So the breed was invented in Inverness, right, 155 years ago or something like that. And they have a thing every single year in Inverness where they invite all the golden retrievers from the local area to this big country house, and it's like a golden retriever party. Best believe I'll be there next year.
Yeah, we should go. But you
don't like golden retrievers, mate? Apparently they smell.
They
so
do smell.
You won't be invited.
We might need to fact check Inverness inventing the golden retriever though.
Do you want me to check it right now?
They invented it.
You can keep going, but since you
Okay.
don't invent a dog, obviously it's not a telephone.
That's what I was going on
like,
to.
It was first conceived.
The next pet peeve actually involves you. So maybe we'll jump on to the...
The next pet peeve's actually you.
We'll go into it. Mazal deals.
Oh, mate.
We were like actually creasing at this in the car.
I'll tell you the story, right? Funny, one sec. Golden Retrievers.
First touch land in the Isle of Inverness.
Retriever.
Yeah, go on.
Golden Retriever. It's just coming up for sale.
Yeah, just close it down. Don't worry about it.
Invention.
Benny, what are you saying to that? Golden Retrievers invented in...
The Golden Retriever was developed in Scotland in the 19th century by Sir Dudley Marjoribanks. Later became Baron Tweedmouth from flat-coated
Sounds like a
retrievers
porn star.
judiciously crossed with Tweed Water Spaniels and some other British dog breeds. Thank you very much.
Okay,
155 years this year. Next
Whatever.
year, 156 years next year. Anyway,
Mazal.
the Mazal deals, and everybody doesn't know what the Mazal deals are. A Mazalito! Read that on the American TikToks. A Mazal!
Yeah.
Mazal, we were watching one the other day. I mean, obviously, right, if anyone knows, the American market's very fast-paced. People buy and sell stuff all day long. It's completely different to the UK market. So anybody in the UK that's going about doing these fake deals doesn't work like that, right? I've been doing this for 10 years. I've done hundreds, if not thousands of deals. I've never done a deal like these TikTok guys do deals, right? Anyway, the ones in America are fucking hilarious. So obviously America is just a big dramatised place anyway. I mean, look at the judicial system, look at like the recent election, like it's all just a big drama for the cameras. Anyway, so we were watching one the other day, and the guy's up at the counter, so he's like whapped out. So he's got 2024 116506, right? Sorry, 126506, which is a brand new reference Platinum Daytona with the clear case back. So he brings it out, he's like, look what I've got for you, man, blah, blah, blah. He's like, opens it up, and he's like, yeah, 2024. It's like dated, fresh date, like brand spanking new. So the guy's like, oh, how much? And he's like, $120,000, right? So the guy's like, oh, I don't know, I can't. And then he goes, before that other guy that he's trying to sell it to even says a word, he goes, but 119 I'll do it for. So he's already down $1,000 from where he started. The other guy's not even said a peep yet. Not even said a peep yet, right? So the other guy obviously then goes like, this guy's a mug. Do you know what I mean? So then he goes, don't know, 114, that's kind of where I want to be. Guy selling the watch goes, I'll tell you what I'll do. I paid $115,000 for it. I'll give it to you for $115,500. Mazal! I was like, who the fuck would go and spend $115,000 to make $500? Bear in mind, $500 about 300 quid. So, like, 100 grand to make 300 quid. Like, do me a fucking favour, mate. Like, it just summarises the entire thing. It's just all complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Deals don't work like that. Nobody would go and spend that amount of money to make 300 quid. Plus, that's for a desirable watch. Try to say he didn't put up on his Instagram.
Could sell that.
He couldn't sell it straight away. He's got like fucking 400,000 Instagram followers. No problem. Anyway, they are funny. My favourite one is Moses the jeweler and Benny. Benny and Moses together. Comedy gold, man.
See, I quite like.
They're Mazzalito.
There's the ones on the streets are getting mental because he just wants to buy shit.
Yeah.
Just that
Moses is legendary. Like, love what he does, and I love what Benny does. Who's like the guy with like the slick back hair and the big white teeth. Like those two together are so funny, man.
We should go and hit him up.
Yeah, do you know what? Actually, could be quite a good idea. So we've got coming into stock in a couple of weeks' time. We've got a Chrono AP stainless steel. We've got a titanium AP Royal Oak chronograph, and we've got a rose Royal Oak on a blue leather, which is the new reference. And we've also got a yellow gold ombre dial, date 840. So we maybe could, if we managed it properly, but New York's just so expensive this time of year because everybody goes for Christmas.
It's fucking expensive.
Like, we could maybe try and get over there and do some deals over there. But I certainly fucking won't be muzzle fucking 300 quid. You can kiss my fucking arse.
And flights and fucking accommodation.
300 quid, mate. These guys, do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Moving on to the next pet peeve. iOS, Apple as a whole,
mate,
right?
Completely and utterly fucked the photo app.
The photos. I mean, we send each other obviously what we do. We're always in our photo.
How are you finding it with Scuddies at the moment?
Can you see my cock at the best of times, mate? But we cannot find, if we're looking for something, just can't find it.
Mate, somebody sends you a picture. So if I airdrop you a picture,
if you airdrop me a picture,
which we do on the regular every day.
10 times
if you're like me, I'm looking for something and I like find it, then I'll airdrop you so you can send it to someone. Rather than that picture going in at the bottom of your pictures, the last picture you're saved, it fucking saves it when the person who airdropped you saved the picture. So you could put that in your pictures. It could be a picture from a year ago. It airdrops it back to a year ago in your photos. You need to go all the way fucking back to find the photo.
It's not only that. It's now
garbage.
It's now all upside down, right? So you open it up and it's at the bottom, but then you got to go down to get to the favourites, and all the files are at the bottom.
Some things I think don't fucking change it.
Yeah.
Like some things are with Apple just work, right? Apple Pay, photos, the keyboard, like. That was a bit of a shit one, but like, but they all, the letters one.
Oh, that's right.
But like some of them work. Some stuff just works. You don't need to just update that all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What if we think about it? What could Apple update? The battery life. That would be a cracking one if they could update that.
Yeah. But this is it, they've like mastered everything, so now they're just like, right, fuck it, how can we fuck with people? Let's change the photos. And it's the most infuriating thing.
So annoying
ever.
trying to find something, you can't fucking find it.
Yeah, and even the photos at the bottom. Like I created an album for me and him, and we can share it. Even now, Couldn't find the fucking album if I
I know, it
tried.
takes you forever to find stuff.
But Apple also has us by the balls. We were also talking, and we were like, oh, we both could do like new laptops, and I was just like, fuck. I was looking at Facebook Marketplace
You gonna
the
use
other day.
this?
No, we don't need it anymore. Looking at Facebook Marketplace, I was just like, oh, you can get like pretty good laptops for like £750 to £1,000, and then we both looked at each other like, actually, if we're buying Apple, you're not buying second-hand Apple.
No.
It's got us by the fucking nuts.
I know. Do you know what, one of the most idiotic inventions Apple have ever done? Happened to me the other night. I'm sitting working on a couple bits for the course, on the academy stuff, and I'm like in my zone. My fucking mouse runs out of battery. So I've got like on my Mac, I've got the Magic Mouse, right? Runs out of battery. So you would think, plug it in, can still use it. Like a fucking no. You need to flip the fucker over and plug the thing in the top, so it's unusable while it's charging.
Yep.
So for that reason, I've got two. Because I think one runs out, I have a backup. Because sometimes I feel like I'm working on my zone. Usually that happens to me like after 10 o'clock at night. Like I can do 3 hours of good work after 10 o'clock at night. I grab my other mouse, start using that, that's fucked and all. So I had to plug both of them in, so both of them are like lying on their backs with the charging cable in them like that, fucking useless. So I can't use. So then what I actually had to do was open my laptop and do the thing where I can share my mouse from my laptop to my Mac.
Screen it.
So,
but hey, Apple, props to Apple, because we're still going to go and buy fucking everything that comes out. Even the headphones. You've got a pair of the, what are they called? The fucking
AirPod Maxes.
I mean, they're £500, right? They're not a cheap set of kit.
$550 actually.
$550. And I was just like, fuck. I was even looking at Facebook Marketplace, and I'm like, I wouldn't buy a second-hand pair. I would just go to the shop and I would just buy one.
See, the thing is, the noise cancelling on them is fantastic. I've got QC35s, which are the Bose ones, which everybody raves about being the best ones for sound quality, because I've done loads of research before I bought them. I bought them probably 6 years-ish ago, and people say they are the best for sound quality, noise cancellation. Comparable side by side, Apple's way better on noise cancellation, but the Bose are way more comfortable to wear.
So
Apple's like squeeze your head after a while.
We spoke about this the other day, so it was all very last minute. We're going to talk about it actually in a minute. So you had to go on a long haul flight, and we were like rushing around. I was like helping you pack. He just turned around and looked at me, and he had 4 sets of headphones in his hands. He was like, "Is this excessive?" And I was just like, "Yeah, it's pretty fucking excessive." He's like, "Well, these are comfy. These are good for the plane."
You need the AirPods. You need 2 sets of AirPods. One, because my AirPods have just mysteriously stopped working, so now I've got a left ear from one that works and a right ear from the other one that works, and they run out of battery constantly. So I need AirPods if I'm making a call and I don't want to have my phone out. I want my Apple headphones. My AirPod Maxes for noise cancellation in case there's like a screaming Wayne on the flight and I can like drown them out. I want them, but then I want my QC35s for when the Apple ones become a little bit uncomfortable, and I can put my QC35s on, and they're way more comfortable. But any cool guy knows that the QC35s are the ones to have, not the AirPod Maxes.
But everyone will have
Benedict would agree with me. He's got a pair on.
He's literally wearing a pair as we speak.
They are so comfortable.
And then on that, have you been buying anything, any new drip as of recent? Doesn't even have to be drip, it could be anything.
Do you know what? No, actually, no. I actually really haven't been buying a lot.
Okay, but let me remind you of what you bought last week. You bought 2 suitcases last week. Not just any suitcase, you bought 2 Rimowas last week.
So that's right. I did buy 2 Rimowas last week. I didn't buy them new.
Caveat to that.
I didn't buy them new. I did buy them second hand. But I can't seem to pass up a deal on a suitcase, mate.
The guy called, right, and William said, he's going, 500. The guy's like, no, mate, I can't do 500. 500. Mate, honestly, I really can't do 500. I didn't pay 500. 500, the guy's gone, look, 750. 750. And he's like, he goes, that's a good deal, right? And I'm like,
no. He said 600. I said, I'll give you 500 quid for it. No, bear in mind, so like, the Rimowa suitcase that I bought was the so I've got the big metal trunk, but it's just too big, right? It's like fucking, you could move house into that thing. It's massive, like it's way too big. So you need to use that for you going away to like for 2 weeks somewhere, and you've got like winter clothes. Then that's perfect because that will cake everything. But it's too big for all that stuff. So I needed like a smaller one that goes in the hold.
Yeah.
So I wanted one of the plastic trunks, but the smaller version, and I liked the green one. Mm-hmm. I seen a girl with it in the airport not that long ago. So a guy offered me one, and I thought that's brilliant. So I went to his, he actually didn't offer me it. I was down in London. I was in his office, and like he's got loads of fucking mad shit in his office. So I was like, "How much is this case?" He was like, 500 quid. I went, "I'll take that for 500 quid." They're like 1,600 quid.
That one's a good buy.
It's like 1,600 quid. So I bought that for 500 quid, and I was like, "I'll get it the next time I'm down." So I'll probably pick that up tomorrow. And then he offered me the cabin, which is the metal one, which I've already
I
got.
was about to say, you've got the metal cabin, same colour.
Because I've already got it, but it had the red handle.
It does have a red handle.
Which was like the remote ID, like Nike ID, like you could design your own like colour handle. I just thought it was quite cool. So I was like, "How much for that?" And he said 500. He said 650. I said 500, and then he phoned me back an hour later and said, "If you can pay for both of them now, wire." Which was 500 plus 400 for the other case. I'll sell you now. I said, "Yeah, that's fine, done." Hung up the phone, and I've still not paid them. That was a week and a half ago.
Gonna fucking watch this and be like, "Ah, fucking arsehole, I thought you forgot."
So when I go down to see him tomorrow, he's either going to have sold both of them and tell me to fuck off, or he's going to have both of them sitting there waiting.
And he's still going to tell you to fuck off.
To be seen what happens.
As you said, Nike idea, it reminded me, I saw something this week. Did you ever hear of Nike Bespoke?
No.
So there used to be a shop. I think there was three. There was one in Tokyo, one in New York, and there was one in London, right? So it was called Nike Lab.
Upstairs, and it was all white, and you could design what.
So it was separate, right? So the one in London was in Shoreditch, and it was underneath a railway bridge, and it was like zero branding.
Right,
you went
I've
in.
not been
It was like super minimal. It's closed now, but it was there like when I was like into my shoes and stuff. It was like the mecca, and it would be like only sneaker nerds would like go to this shop. But there used to be a room upstairs, and you could go, and it'd be Nike Bespoke, and it was you could only do this in 3 cities in the world. But you'd go. And you could design an Air Force One low, an Air Force One high, or an Air Max 1, and any material you wanted, you could do it. Any colours, any stitching, whatever you wanted to do, you could do it to a shoe. And it was always like £950. But when I was a kid, that was like the most expensive. I was
$950. Wow.
Yeah, but you could have a Kevlar fucking shoe. Like how gangster is that? You could have a Kevlar Air Force One. Someone try to shoot you, like. But I saw a pair of. It was like a throwback. I saw somebody selling a pair of Bespoke Air Max 1s, and at that point, someone's personalised them, so they were like 300 quid, and I was just like, fuck, I've always wanted a pair. But they did have the cunt's name on the back, so it was a no from me. Anyway,
can I just ask you a quick question?
Sure.
What is your take on the leopard print Cole Buxtons?
Nah, I can't get down with it.
Benny, what's your take on them?
Can't get down with it either.
No.
I know where you've seen them, and I know why you think they're cool. I'm not even going to shout the guy out.
Nah, let me be real, because it's someone from Glasgow that I seen them on. I thought they were quite cool.
Dan Heath, I'll give you that.
No, he is cool as well.
And he wears them, and I go, they're sick. And then realistically, I see them on the shelf, and I'm like, they are so fucking tapped.
No, I know, but sometimes
a man that went through an extensive leopard print period.
I saw that leopard print thong hanging out of them white trousers earlier.
Big Cat Slater fan. So I don't think it's a shoe that I would wear
daily.
Yeah, but I see a geezer with them on the other day, and he just had like cool, like flowy, like kind of like basketball shorts, but not basketball shorts, and like just a plain tee, like a hoodie, just looked like he was going for a coffee, and he just had a pair of white socks on and those Cole Buxtons on, and I thought he looks fucking quite cool with them on.
I don't know, I can't get down with them. To be honest, it took me a while to warm up to the whole Cole Buxtons. I don't know why. You jumped on it early, like probably one of the first people, like genuinely, who had them.
It was like the perfect evolution from a Mihara for me.
No, you love McQueen's, innit? So it was like I first met this guy who lived in McQueen's.
I like the McQueens.
The Crocs. No, they are a good shoe, and they're so versatile. You wear them. I mean, you've got about 15 different pairs.
Yeah, they are. Nah, to be fair, like the new ones that are about to come out are sick.
Yeah.
They look like Rick Owens. They've got a toolbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
they look like Rick Owens.
It's like same shoe. See, to be fair, like I was having this conversation with someone the other day, and they were talking about like building a brand and like how to pivot, and he's like just kind of launching a brand and already has another business that does extremely well, and he's like launching into this clothing business that's completely different from the business that he does currently. And he was talking to me about like you kind of need to make a decision when you're in that state of or that sector of business, whether you want to be cool or you want to be a millionaire. Mm-hmm. He was like, and if you take brands like Represent, for example, arguably sacrifice their coolness to become more mainstream, and make an amazing business and make lots and lots and lots of fucking money, but then just had to sacrifice maybe the brand direction a little bit,
or the identity,
or the brand identity a little bit. And then I said he was like to me, can you think of a brand maybe hasn't had to sacrifice its brand identity to get to a level. Now, I'm not saying that Cole Buxton and Represent are, you know,
The same level.
the same level, because clearly they're not. I don't think they are yet. I mean, I don't know the numbers, but I'm just basing that off of
What you see.
what I see. But Cole Buxton does have a really strong brand identity, and yes, there was a period where when Cole Buxton kind of first came out, those T-shirts that was like baggy tee,
Yeah.
boxy tee, Cole Buxton on the back, everybody wore them, right? Everybody had one. It was, they had pink ones, they had blue ones, they had black ones. Like every kid in the world had them. Like when people used to go to clubs and stuff in town. I remember the Cole Buxton boys came up to Glasgow and like everybody was wearing like Cole Buxton. They were like mad shocked that everyone in Glasgow was wearing it. But then they were very mainstream then.
Yeah.
And then I think now they've managed to
Step away from
step
that.
away from that a little bit and really focus more down the brand route where they created the brand from in the first place. And now they're doing like that denim jacket that I bought the other day is like sick. Like I love that denim jacket.
Yeah.
Now have you seen all the new stuff? The new collection stuff's amazing. Like loads
Yeah,
of
yeah.
wool stuff. Like it's very, very cool. It
Well
fits.
thought of. Well
It's like
designed,
a curated
yeah,
collection that isn't just here's a baggy T-shirt with Cole Buxton on the back.
Yeah.
Like, and I think when you think about Represent, you just think about 15, 16-year-olds wearing Air Max 95s with the green on them and the Represent T-shirt to match the green on the Air Max 95s and a pair of 24/7 pants. Like, look, not taking anything away from those boys. Like, they have done fucking incredibly well, and hats off to them. They've built an incredible business. But I think it's
coolness.
Yeah, it's quite cool when you think about
Yeah.
a brand that's not willing to
Sacrifice
the brand identity just to be super
And
rich.
I think that's the power of then the whole side of business. So it's like if you walk into Fraser's on Buchanan Street, as soon as you walk in, every fucking mannequin has the big fucking
I suppose it's
logo.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's like that in my head kills. I'm like, right, okay, you've sacrificed that. I mean, it's on a whole floor of Fraser's. Yeah, fair enough, well done for getting yourself in that position. But that's what kills it for me. You go into End in Glasgow, you go upstairs, Represent takes up the whole fucking middle, and it's like the mannequins are dressed fucking horrifically because they're just trying to promote what sells, which is the big AR
See,
t-shirts.
to be fair though, I do think I do think some of the mannequins in there are dressed well. Some of them are a bit bad. But some of them are very
Represent
good.
though.
Some of them are
that
very
aren't
good.
in Represent.
Yeah. But no, I think that what I was trying to kind of get at is that's probably in a weird way quite similar to the way that I quite like to do business in terms of like what we buy, what we choose to stock, what we don't choose to buy. Like we've got, you know, some stuff at the moment that we've sold 3 watches the last couple of days, 5980, 5935 and a 5167. You know, like collectively those watches all together, you're talking the best part of 200 grand. Like that's only 3 watches, right, for that kind of money. Now we could have stocked, you know, 10 subs, 3 GMTs, 2 Daytonas, you know, like, and all just the stuff that's just people you see every day. Like any other watch dealer can get it, any other watch dealer can get their hands on it. And I quite like to. It's not the same thing because you're not talking. You're making millions and millions of pounds here, but like I think there's something definitely way more
appealing
and like important about people who buy stuff and have a direction for the stuff that they want to buy and they want to sell. Because I don't want to be just a wholesale business that excuse me, just buys and sells whatever everybody else does. Like I want people to come to us and say they've got some really cool bits. Like I'd love to go and see what they've got.
But it's not just that as well, and that's where kudos to you as well. You've taken it in this direction where we talk about the cloche a lot. We do over 1 of 100 cloche. Go on, find me another one in the UK. You're probably not going to be able to.
Yeah.
That 5167 you were talking about, okay, yes, there'll be other 5167s, but go and find me one with an uncut rubber strap. Probably won't be going to be able to. 5980, the watch you just sold, is fully stickered. Go and find me a brand new fully stickered 5980.
Yeah, it's like
you're not going to be able to.
14790.
Find me that watch. You're not going to be able to.
Original diamond dial, skinny hands, like immaculate condition, full set, never been polished. Like you can't find these watches, and like I choose to stock these watches and buy these watches because I love them, and I want to wear them, and that's the way my business has always been. Like that's been the direction from my business from the get-go, and I think we probably got away from that a little bit because you become focused more on sales. You want to sell, and at the end of the day, the business is about making money. but it's important to still have and still strive to buy stuff that you love, because then you can convey that love through through your socials and through your advertising channels in a way that get other people excited about those watches. And you know, I've just seen and bought and sold a lot of watches now that some watches just don't excite me like they used to. So now I'm excited way more about the other stuff, and I love taking something to a client, sitting down, having a coffee, bringing something out and showing them something that I know for a fact they're going to be like, wow, this is amazing, like look at the condition, how where have you found this watch, who did this watch used to belong to, like has it got everything with it, has it got box, has it got papers, when was it last service, like wow, look at how sharp it is, you know, like I've never seen one in that condition. And it's way more rewarding to be able to deliver that kind of product than just open a box and it's a brand spanking new 2024 Rolex that, you know, any dealer in the world could sell.
But I think as well, you having that image makes people that have special watches who might not typically want to sell to the average watch guy will actually want to sell it. So not long ago, we've got a deal with a concierge, quite a high-end concierge down in London, and I think they work with a few other watch dealers, but they had this request for the Patek. I can't remember the reference, the one with the world on it.
5131G?
That's the one. And they basically said, can you see this? And don't get me wrong, it took us a couple of days to find it, but when we gave them the option, we were like, okay, we've got one, here it is. She was just like, no way. She's just like, we've searched the internet, like the whole team have searched the internet, we've been asking dealers, no one
Yeah,
can
and
get
listen,
it.
like, you're talking about a major private bank's concierge service. Like, this isn't Jimmy down the road that started a concierge service. Like, these people are plugged in every continent in the world looking for this watch. Now, look, if you asked a competent watch dealer, can you find me a 5131G, I'm pretty sure that they might be able to find one. But the guy wanted a specific year, he wanted a specific condition, he wanted one that had been serviced, that hadn't been polished, you know, etc., etc. So there was way more things to take into consideration for that client. So, and that's the deals you get excited about, delivering that kind of watch to someone.
But then going back to the point that I was making is that guy who had it was literally like an old school collector. He does not need the money, did not want to sell it, but he would sell it to you because he liked your
and that's because I
identity.
went to that meeting wearing a World Time 5110J, which is the discontinued version, effectively of the same watch. 5131G is the World Time that has the engraving Patek Philippe around the bezel, which is really quite rare and like amazing when you see it. And the 5110 is the yellow gold version, 39mm discontinued, like amazingly cool watch. And I wore it to the meeting, and he was like, "Oh, you love World Times?" And I was like, "Yeah, I love World Times. So I've had the platinum version of the 5110, and I've got the yellow gold version now." And we started talking. And he was like, "Oh, like I've got one I want to sell," and blah blah blah. And we started to get talking about it, and it was cool to try and get that deal over the line. But that's the sort of stuff that's cool.
Yeah,
like I love doing that kind of thing, and it's cool because every deal's it's tantalising to get it to the end. Like you never know at what point could that guy get offered something else. So the deals are exciting. It's not a "Hi mate, have you got a black sub?" "Yeah, I do." "How much is it?" "It's 9,800 quid." Like,
and you go back
okay,
and
well, a
forth
guy's
over,
offered me one for 9,700 quid. Can you match it? And I'm just like, it just becomes tedious. Like I want to be challenged to find something, and I think that's where we do our best work.
Yeah.
And that's where we really come into our own in terms of being able to join dots all across the world from some of our clients, some other concierge services that we've got access to, and just a huge book of contacts that I've built over the last kind of 10, 11 years. But anyway, that brings me on to another point, which is super interesting. So I put up a post last night on...
this is my next point.
So I put up a post last night on... it's quite good. We're quite in tune today, brother. That's
good. This is good, It's the England game, bro. That's what's happening. They're so fucking boring that we're so into it.
Currently still 1 now. But I put up a post on Instagram last night on my story, and I said, what are people more interested in, brand new watches or neo vintage watches? Now, neo vintage watches I think are from kind of 2000 onwards, early 2000s, and I said kind of what are people more interested in? Put up a poll, new or neo vintage, and it was over 1,500 votes on the poll, and it was exactly 50-50.
Yeah, it's mental.
Bang on. It was something like 740 something votes for new, 740 something votes for neo vintage. I was blown away by that.
Yeah,
I would never have thought that Instagram following would have had anywhere near a 50-50 split from new to neo vintage. Never in my life.
Yeah.
I'd have thought that would have been 70-30 in favour of new watches. But that just shows you that over the last few years, the cool stuff that we've been posting You know, whether that's watches like this, 5110, Cloche, Tank Louis, like Santos's, like all that kind of stuff, just adds to that audience and shines a new light on that product and that sphere of product that has now become way more interesting to people because the investment, and I do that in quotations on purpose, for Rolex has kind of faded away a little bit.
Yeah.
So obviously now lots of stuff goes under list. Lots of product new from Rolex that used to go over list now goes under list. So people are looking to maybe not spend that money on the root beer at 35 grand because everybody knows they sell for 30, and maybe look at different options in the market that have retained that same value. If you look at a graph, you know, price versus time, like it's pretty steady. Like it doesn't really move. Like that value has been the same for the last 5 to 10 years. So that's a way more safe bet than putting your money into something that the value's been there. You know, 2-3 years ago, all of a sudden it's a way back down to here, and it's kind of bounced along a little bit along the way. So I think people are looking for opportunities now in the neo-vintage space where they can buy something like this, which is, you know, extra thin, beautiful watch, wears amazing on your wrist, can wear it with so many different outfits. You're never really going to see anyone else with a watch like that on, and you can buy that watch for in and around the 40 grand mark. So that is, you know, for me, an area of watches that has now been brought into the forefront. Been brought into the forefront, which was forgotten about in the last 3 to 4 years because everybody was just obsessed with buying new Rolex because they were going for so much over list.
I mean, we'll talk into like a little bit in the market. We're just flowing, to be fair. How are we doing time-wise, Ben? Are we good?
36 minutes.
Oh, sweet, mate. We'll
Quick
jump
one,
back.
what do you think about the England boys in not going to the Nations League because
Well,
I did read it. Can I just give you an important stat?
yeah, go on.
Liverpool, 60%. They reckon Premier League released these stats. 60% chance of winning the league. Man City is something like, I think it's 20 or 20 odd percent at winning the league. Arsenal, 6%.
Bottle jobs.
So, what's your take on? I see Harry Kane come out slamming some of them for saying that England's more important than club football. And then,
Harry Kane
and then got
is
benched.
Harry Kane's an absolute virgin, first of all.
And then got benched for the Nations
He's a too goody two shoes, same as Conor Gallagher. I think he just licks everyone's arsehole in the England camp. I agree with what you're saying. International duties should always come as a priority. However, this is the Nations League. We're already going to qualify, right? It's a load of nonsense. I think they should just be rolling out the young boys anyway. I think this is the chance for the young boys. And also look at our young boys. It's not like a B team. So it's better than most internationals starting 11.
Is international football a little bit different though? Can you, if you throw on a young team, could you get fucked 3-0? Probably.
Yeah, you could. But at the same time, these boys should be put the fucking under 21 England squad out. They should be beating Greece's first team.
See, to be fair, I think Ferguson used to do it. I think first day he would be like, nah, they're not coming.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think Ben White was the first one to take the hit on it. It was just like, right, I'm not guaranteed to be starting for England. You don't like my attitude because I'm pretty open. I say I don't want to sit and watch football.
Does he not say he openly doesn't like football though?
He didn't say he didn't like football. He says he doesn't watch it in his spare time.
Which is weird, I think.
I also agree that is weird.
Surely you can learn from watching people play the game, and of course he does analysis and everything else. When he's at his job, but surely
you want to watch
the love for football.
Yeah, I agree.
Would make you.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is odd.
And make you a better player.
I think the whole thing is odd, but
not that he needs to get.
Arteta goes, you know what? Fair enough. You're an absolute baller. You do the job for me. I want you on the pitch. Whereas Gareth Southgate was like, no, your attitude stinks. I don't want you anywhere near this.
This referee's a joke, by the way.
I tell you what,
anyway.
a referee is a joke. What's his name?
The guy who came out to say.
Jurgen
Klopp's like CUNT.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Can he ref in the Premier League again?
No.
Nah.
Do
you know who was defending him on the overlap?
Who? Jamie Carragher?
Roy Keane.
I was going to say it wasn't Jamie Carragher because he did say he
Roy
hates
Keane.
Scouse people, didn't he?
Yeah. Nah, it was his pal that said that to me.
Okay.
But he's on the overlap. Roy Keane defends him. Gary Neville defends him. Carragher says he can't work in the Premier League again, which I completely and totally agree with.
Yeah.
I think it's a stupid mistake to make, but you know what football's like. It's a game based on ridiculous opinions.
Yeah.
And Jamie Carragher makes a perfect point to say that even if he never refs a Liverpool game again, well then can he ref an Everton game? Can he ref a Man United game if they're challenging for the title? Can he ref a deciding match between fucking
I don't
Arsenal
think
and
so.
Ipswich? Like,
I think he took it too far. I think his language in it was a bit excessive, but he was obviously not right.
no,
He was away with the fucking
he's away with the
fairies.
fairies in the video,
Yeah.
wasn't he? But apparently it was a few years ago.
Well, he's referring to everything COVID times, but I don't know when the video was.
Do you know what's probably happened? He's probably been caught texting the guy's bird that he's in the video with, and the guy's thought, "Fuck you, I'm posting that."
Oh, you think?
Yeah, it's probably been some story like that because it's like years later.
But I tell you what, I do feel sorry for. Like, referees don't have a voice, right? And every time they do,
No, they do. Howard Webb does the podcast now.
yeah, but not. That's because he retired, and you got the other guy that sits there on a Super Sunday, and he sits in the room. Referees should go out after the game and be like, yeah, either I fucked up, I think I had a good game. I'm not going to stand for like abuse. I was getting shouted at left, right, and centre. That's why I booked 4 of them. Because if you heard the language, everyone wants to have a go at me for booking them. You should have heard what they were saying to me. That's why I booked them. I think referees should have more of a voice. But then it gets like that. It's just that's obviously been bottled up for.
Let's
quite
move
a while.
on from the referees.
Yeah, we'll go back to you had a pretty exciting last Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, we flew out to Dubai to pick up a really cool watch. Actually,
We, as
which-
in you. flew
me,
out.
yeah, because I was going to say to you to go, but then I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'll just go myself. So we not that I didn't trust you to go, but it was an important meeting. I wanted to meet the guy. I wanted to.
You were doing me a favour because I really didn't want to sit on a flight and be there in Dubai for one day.
Again, one more pet peeve while we're there. What the fuck is wrong with people? If I'm sitting in 27 and you're in 28 or 29, I get off the flight before you.
Yeah, yes.
That's how it fucking works.
Yes.
So see when the plane lands and it pulls into the gate,
You fucking
and
wait.
you've been standing up since the fucking wheel hit the tarmac, waiting, desperately had to get out your seat to stand up and stand in the same spot for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, like normal people are just sitting in their seat waiting for the captain to go, right, everybody can leave the plane now.
Uh-huh.
So see when I stand up then to get my suitcase or my bag from above my head, why the fuck are you in the aisle in the bit that I want to stand in?
Yeah.
Move back. Don't be squeezing past me.
I completely agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's in a row. We leave in a sequence by the number of your row. The
Yes.
same way that you got on the flight before
Otherwise,
me.
it's not just because that's how it works. It's because you're going to knock every bastard over walking down that aisle. Everyone can't move.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
it's like you save yourself like 3 seconds. I was just like looking at the guy. It was a guy and a woman. I was looking at them both like that.
What are you achieving?
The fuck are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
why have you been stood there? And it's like the people that queue at the gate.
Yeah. Just sit down. You
For what?
Your seat's not going to be
It's
sold.
you're getting called in a group anyway. So, like, group 1 is like the rich fucks that have got the platinum cards at BA. Group 1, like, they've got 900,000 gazillionaire miles, like they can go all around the world for free. Group 1, the platinum guys, right? And then group 2 is the gold and silver members. Group 3 is the silver, group 2 is the gold, and anything
Bronze,
after that is just the
aye.
fucking riffraff, right? So, like, you get called in group numbers. So why the fuck is a guy that's he's not even got an electronic boarding pass, mate. He's got the paper boarding pass. He's not got the BA app. So why is he at the front of the queue waiting?
Yeah.
As soon as he gets to the gate, he stands in the queue, puts his bag down by side, standing up, arms folded like that. Mate, you've got about 25 minutes to stand there.
Aye.
Just sit down, relax. When your group number gets called, you go up to the gate.
I've actually learned now to be like, jokes on you, because you're going to be fucking knackered before you sit on that plane.
Honestly, mental, mate.
I just let it all unfold.
Drives me insane. Do you know what another thing about that flight that fucking annoyed me? So, anyway, we'll talk about what actually happened in a minute. So we've got there, right? So I basically flew to Dubai and back in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Right. So like I left
Less
on
than
the
that.
I left on the Thursday, 7 o'clock. I landed in Dubai on the Friday. Went out for a bit of lunch. Went and met the client. Actually ended up going out with my pal Sam to surf club, and then we went to some mental bar. I was absolutely steaming. And then we came back I left on Saturday morning, and I got back to Glasgow Saturday night. Right. So I'm there for like total of 48 hours, like not long at all. Anyway, so I got the flights jam-packed full, right, on the way there. So I'm thinking, I can't upgrade, no upgrades. So I'm just in regular economy with everyone else. So I've kind of managed to wiggle myself a seat at the back. No, I've booked a seat at the window. There's no one in the middle booked, and there's someone in the left booked. So I was thinking, surely nobody's going to sit in the middle. Thankfully, no one sat in the middle. Fine. So, slept kind of most of the way. That was fine. So I'm on the flight on the way back. So I said to the guy at the gate, mate, is there any upgrades? Because it was like half an empty flight. So I thought, usually sometimes you get an upgrade for about 300-400 quid. So I thought, I'll definitely upgrade 300-400 quid. Because it's kind of throughout the day, the flight. So I want to chill, maybe get some nice food. Like, I don't want to just be served like fucking schlop, like by the, do you know what I mean? Whatever. You get like a fucking jam sandwich and like a fucking roasting hot coffee or something.
Jam sandwich, please, Miss Person.
Jam sandwich, Miss Person. So the guy went, mate, do yourself a favour. He was actually dead nice. He went, oh, you're born in '94. He's like, oh, my brother and all that, blah blah blah. Anyway, I have my headphones in, can't fucking. I've got the AirPod Maxes on, can't fucking hear what he's saying. I'm just like, Anyway, so he's like, you don't need an upgrade. He said there's nobody on the flight, and the configuration on the back of the big flights is 3-4-3. So 3 seats to the left, 4 in the middle, 3 in the right. He said, look, I'll move your seat. I'll put you in the middle of a row. In the middle, he said, you'll have the whole row, 4 seats. He said, you can lie down the whole way. So I thought, brilliant. So I've got on, sure enough, lying down. Big seats, bosh, right? So I've got every seat in the Emirates flight, pillows and blankets. So I've got 4 pillows, 4 blankets. So I'm thinking, I've absolutely cracked it here, right? So I'm lying back like that. I've got 2 blankets and a pillow as my head rest. Then I've got a pillow, blankets over my feet, a pillow underneath my feet, and I've got a blanket over my chest. I've got my iPad, right, on the wee thing, but this iPad, like the cover, like it points down. So like I'm kind of lying underneath, but I've got it pointing down, so it's perfect on my eye line, right? So I've downloaded all my shit. I'm thinking, brilliant, can't wait for this. My headphones on, can't hear a fucking thing. And I've got my thing on. I was watching UFO Files on Netflix. So I've downloaded all 8 episodes. I thought I'll watch this whole thing, start to finish, on this flight. Perfect. So at 3 episodes in, fell asleep. Out for the count, right? Headphones on, can't hear a thing. Next minute. So I'm like, obviously dreaming. This isn't happening. Sir, I'm like that. Open my eyes. She's like, dinner. Put down like a tray of like fucking
Slop,
mate. Like the world's worst chicken curry. I was like, why have you woke me up for that? Like, do not under any circumstances wake me up on a flight.
Yeah.
I don't want woken up for anything.
Unless
we're going down,
yeah,
and you need me to phone my family and tell them I'm the one woken up. Or unless I'm convulsing or dying or something, do not wake me up for a cold, rock hard roll and a cold curry with brown chicken in it.
Uncle Ian's curry.
Do you know what I mean? Uncle Ian's curry. Such a funny story, the Uncle Ian's curry. We'll cover that in the next podcast.
Yeah, we'll come back to Uncle Ian's curry. But let's talk about why you fucking went to Dubai after all.
So we went to pick up this AP Alex collab. I always say that wrong.
Alex
AP Alex collab. So they released a version of kind of 4-ish Royal Oaks. So they released kind of 15510 26240 ST, which would be the stainless one. Actually, they made it in white gold, so it wouldn't be the ST. So the 26240 and the 15510, I think, were the 2 references that they made, and they made them in yellow gold and white gold. So we picked up a 26240 in yellow gold, which is the chronograph Royal Oak, with the brushed matte yellow gold dial. And you said what when you first seen it?
So William actually jokes and he says that I'm an absolute watch snob. And actually, within the year, I've kind of got a little bit numb to watches.
Bear in mind, you used to wear Baypexes, mate. Before you worked a day in your life here, you used to wear a Baypex.
Every day.
Every single day of your life, you wear a Baypex. And if anybody doesn't know what a Baypex is, Baypexes have just completely spoofed Rolex and made watches that look exactly like Rolexes, but they're free 400 quid.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you used to wear that, and then all of a sudden you started having nice watches all the time, and then now I say to you, mate, going to put that on, and you go, nah, I don't want to put that on. I'm like, mate, what do you mean? It's a fucking Rolex, put it on. You're,
nah. It's the AP, you're like, put this AP on, I'm like, nah, I'm alright, mate, I'd rather just...
Anyway, so bring the watch, you've seen it, and what did you say was the first thing you said?
It's the nicest watch I've ever seen in my life.
Nicest watch you've ever seen in your life, yeah. It's a really fucking cool watch, so it's like one of 200 pieces, like, fucking, it's fucking cool.
I mean, when the news got announced, whenever it was last year, I remember talking to you and I was just like, that's going to be really fucking cool to see in the flesh. And you were like, you're probably never going to see one in the flesh.
Yeah.
Like, super hard to come by. There'll be some on the market, but chance of getting a request or like being offered that watch at a good price It's probably never going to happen. And sure enough, this is all fucking...
Yeah, so I think
come
they
around.
listed high 80s,
Yeah, I think it was
86,
88.
87k probably they listed that. We've got that for sale for 115k. So the guy that bought it's done really well, and managed to sell it to us for a good profit, and we've got it listed up and hopefully sell it for that number. They're on Chrono24 for anything between 127 and 150. So I
But
think
the only other one in the UK is north of 150.
yeah. So I think we're very well priced. I think it's a fair price, and I think we'll sell the watch.
So if you want to watch, it's like no one's going to have, and it's fucking so cool. Like, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
That is cool. Really cool.
So yeah, you went.
And the box it comes in is even cooler. It's like that size, big, like light brown box, got like the stamp on the top, like interior's cool. Just like cool.
Mate, we've been flowing.
I know, it's been good. You got any important shit you want to talk about?
Well,
Benny, how we
there's
doing on
actually
time?
quite a lot still on this. I think we've got about 10 minutes, Benny, yeah? 10 minutes, right? This is going to take him 10 minutes. I might actually go put the kettle on whilst I start this topic, but we're going to have to say it now. We can put it onto another podcast.
Yeah.
You can go and you can talk to the people for the next 10 minutes about fucking Donald Trump and how much you want to...
No, we're not going to be
Love it.
covering a lot of Donald Trump, to be honest. But I did post a little bit of something on my Instagram the other day that wasn't really in massive support. Okay, it was a picture of Donald Trump, but it wasn't like... It wasn't like I am an advocate for every Donald Trump policy or like I'm a massive supporter of Donald Trump. Like, it wasn't like a picture of me in like a MAGA hat or anything like that. It was basically just me, you know, making people aware of the fact that the stock market was up. You know, like everything was up since Donald Trump was announced that he was going to become president. I mean, like look at the cryptocurrencies. Like, they're through the roof.
Yeah.
I think the S&P jumped 2.5% in one day, which is unheard of. So that was what I was pointing out.
Oh, goalissimo! What a terrible goal. Sorry.
So that's what I was pointing out more. It was more just a capitalist's view on, you know, the American election rather than I am in huge support of Donald Trump. And I think the elections in America are very skewed because of the dramatisation of them.
Yeah.
And realistically, you don't really know what's going on over there. I don't really think anyone does.
Yeah.
And you hear of election fixing and everything else. So, like, no one really knows, and I certainly don't know enough about the subject to speak candidly of it. But, you know, as a capitalist and a person who sells luxury goods, it's a good thing for
Good news.
for my business. So that's where I came into it. You know, some people were sending me some absolutely mental DMs. I can't believe you've posted a picture of blah blah blah. Like, what if you have a daughter and she wants to have an abortion? And I was just like.
You also don't help yourself though, because the second you get like a sniff of someone trying to hate, you're like, I'm going balls to the wall here. So you're there going, win for the good guys,
No,
and everyone's
but,
like, fucking that William
Yeah,
Reid.
but mate, like people come on it with surface level opinion based on
Yeah.
their peer group's social media.
Uh-huh.
Like, rather than, you know, a formulated opinion on their own research or their own experience or their own, you know, their own curated like amount of information that they've you know, researched and studied over the last 5 years or whatever. Like, ask them something else about America that isn't massively reported, you know, top line report and you know, the top two buzzwords about the election. They probably wouldn't know much about it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not professing to know everything there is to know about the election. Fucking far from it. It's one of the most complicated subjects in the world. But I know enough to defend my point. And people coming into your DMs talking about X, Y, and Z really don't have a clue what they're talking about. So I just like to point out that they don't have a clue what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And that's not because I am a lover of Donald Trump, and it's not because I am a hater of Kamala Harris. It's just because I like to point out the fact that don't come into my Instagram DMs with a completely idiotic perspective on your view of what you think is right based on what you've read on social media from your pals. Like, go and do some research before you start accusing me of X, Y, and Z. And as I say, I'm not skewed one way or the other. I'm just a capitalist, and I like what it's done for the value of certain stocks and investments.
And I've got like a love and hate sort of thing when it comes to the election. I hate how over the top it is, but I also love it. Like I'm sat there watching it.
It's like the judicial system in America, though. It's the same, right? They record everything. It's just a big drama. There's all like it's just it's all. I don't know why it's like that.
Yeah.
Tired?
Well, it's quite late. Look at the fucking time. It's the latest we've ever done a podcast.
9:25, mate. Calm down.
What are you for?
Usually, yeah, whatever you said. Move on to, are you watching anything good on the telly at the moment, Will?
I must say the UFO Files thing I watched on Netflix was pish.
You watch some crazy shit.
Gangs of London, 10 out of 10.
I'm about to start that.
10 out of 10. Very, very good. Although I do think the main character's a little bit unbelievable. Sean in it. I mean, he would never. He's nowhere near cool enough to be in the Gangs of London. Great actor, but just don't think he really fits the role that well. But I think an excellent from start to finish. Peaky Blinders is shooting the new series.
Yep, good.
Excited to see what's happening with that. That'll be the penultimate series. I'm sure of, because Cillian Murphy's got to be about 100 now. I can't believe there was talks about him being Bond. He's about 6 stone soaking wet. Can you imagine him running towards you?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have him as a Bond.
Nah.
On that topic, we're potentially going to be extras in The Gentleman.
Yeah, listen, Benedict doesn't know that story.
I don't think so.
Nah, he doesn't know that story. So, tell the story.
So we were with a client. He's now actually just like a friend of ours.
Yeah.
You ended up. I was actually doing work. I had to go and pick or drop something off.
First of all, let me caveat to the point: the guy's Irish, right?
Yeah, he's
so
Irish.
any watch dealer worth their weight in salt, when an Irish guy comes to buy a watch, you know for a fact you're having a few beers.
Yeah,
so it's just a given.
I went, dropped something off. He goes, "Can you come pick me and the client up from the West End of Glasgow?" Yeah, sure.
We were in
in.
We were in Tenant's bar.
These two were
what a fucking finish!
These two are just dribbling over each other. But then in that conversation, we got invited down to London to be extras in The Gentleman.
He said to me about 3 pints in, "Do you want to be in The Gentleman?" I went, I fucking love The Gentleman, mate. What? Do you know what? The film was amazing. The series was even better.
Yeah, aye.
Because what's the guy's name in the series? The guy, the brother, that dresses up as the chicken and he blows the guy's head off.
He doesn't exist in the movie.
Yeah, he doesn't exist in the movie. Yeah, of course. But he, mate.
I hate
that was some of the funniest television I have seen in a long time.
Yeah.
The bit where he's like clucking about as the chicken and he just blows the guy's head off. Like, that was really, really funny. But he, it was good. So we might potentially could be in The Next Gentleman.
Yeah. Look out for us.
So.
And then the reason why I was asked about telly is my TikTok is full of Mike Tyson, Jake Paul thing. We do talk about the TikTok box on the last season of the pod and a few, so maybe we just go into it. I think Mike Tyson is an animal and he would kill Jake Paul, but as I read TikTok comments, maybe Jake Paul has it.
Evander Holyfield fought a guy, right? Evander Holyfield, I think, Benedict, is he the guy... Fought Vito Belfort, right? But is Evander Holyfield the guy that Mike Tyson bit his ear?
Aye.
Right. So if Holyfield, like, arguably was one of the greats, right?
Yeah.
Fought Victor Belfort, who was UFC, and got knocked out in the first round. So things like that do make you think, but I just think Tyson is a complete he's seriously unwell, that guy.
Aye.
Like,
if he gets hit,
I watched a
blood.
thing about him the other day, mate. He spends 16 hours a day with his pigeons.
He loves pigeons.
No. He's seriously unwell, the guy, mate.
No, he's not.
I'll tell you, I don't know if I've ever even told you this story. This is quite a cool story, right? So I was in Vegas with my dad for my 21st birthday, and you hear a knock on the door. And he's gone, "This is your birthday present, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, fantastic." Open the door and it's the fucking bellhop. And he's just like, "Your ride is down the stairs, sir." And Dad's like, "Right, can't let me go." And I'm like, "What the fuck's going on?" So the guy takes us down the fucking staircase, going to the basement. There's a big black limo. Now, it's 9 years ago. Black limos weren't cool 9 years ago. And Dad's like, "Fuck, I don't know. Just get in." So we get in. He leaves the Aria, goes into the underground basement of the MGM, and the guy goes, "Right, you're here." Walk out, and we're literally in like a service yard of the MGM hotel, and there's a tiny like shack in the corner. All the lights are out, and it literally looks like a rundown comedy club, but like the sign's fucking swinging. And they're like, "You got your tickets?" And Dad's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "What the fuck are we doing?" Scan the tickets. We go in. Had probably like 15 tables, 30 people in total. They were like tiny tables of 2, candlelit, 2 chairs, tiny room, probably the size of this like living room, right? Sat in there, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" Next thing, Mike Tyson comes on stage, right? I'm like, "Sorry, where the fuck are we?" Dad's like, he's basically gone so skint. He's got this mad bill at the MGM Grand that he's doing like 15 nights of comedy, and he's just like, just so happens we're in Vegas. I thought, what's a better way? So he sat there.
Your dad's jokes, by the
And
way.
Mike Tyson just is telling his life story. He's the most unfunniest person, but it's fucking Mike Tyson, right? He says a joke, you're laughing. He's a fucking fist away.
Yeah.
And then at the end, he comes down, he's like shaking everyone's hand. It was like one of the craziest experiences of my life.
He's the most unwell guy on earth.
Ah,
Mike
he's
Tyson.
fucking mental.
No, I love him as well. I love what he does.
He
And
does
just, he's completely in his own world. But the pigeon thing is mental. Mate.
Just Kith.
It's just,
Just there with the pigeons. Kith.
he's so strange. But it's
But
something.
he does like mad psychedelics, so like he's into like hardcore drugs. Like he isn't just like smoking weed. He's like doing like DMT and shit.
See, to be completely honest, though, props to Jake Paul for even fighting that nut job.
Oh,
How much do you think you need to? How much do you think if I said to you tomorrow, right, go in the ring with Mike Tyson, how much am I having to give you? Bear in mind,
He could kill you.
Bear in mind,
He
they're
could-
fighting no head guards.
Yeah, I'd need.
Probably what, 8-ounce gloves, Ben?
I don't know, look that up, but would you?
How much? How much?
I'd probably need 5 million.
5.
Yeah, but that would change your life. Yeah, but this is it. You would be brain dead. Yeah, yeah, that'd be enough to make my mum
What
and
do you
dad
think you're
alright.
taking?
None.
Would you do it?
There would be no amount of money you would take
See when
it.
Mike Tyson starts talking about, I'm going to bring the devil himself. I don't want to be for the Titanic.
Mate, have
He
you
was
seen
like,
him?
"The gods of war have called my name." I'm like, nah.
Did you see it, mate? Have you seen the conversation he has with Francis Ngannou? When he says about you're the chosen one now. Something bad will happen to you in the next few years, and you need to be prepared to get through it. And obviously, Francis Ngannou lost his kid
Oh my god!
about 2 years after that.
Mike's killed him. Mike's ever fucking.
No. So he was saying it happened to me. I was chosen to be the next big massive thing, but you'll come across challenges in your life.
Something's
It'll
gonna try and
change you as a
knock you back.
person, and that happened to him. Mate, can you imagine? Have you seen Tyson hitting that water bag?
Aye, he's still an
Mate,
animal, mate.
He would kill you
Yeah.
at 55.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think I'd be dead, but 5 million could look after mum and dad.
No,
So.
but so boxing gloves, so he's wearing 14 ounce.
Ah, okay.
14 ounce.
But your professional
pillows.
professional.
He's in the ring with these fucking things. Ah, 5 million, they bother. Fucking.
Mate, he could hit you with a fucking mattress in his fist, and he'd still hurt you.
That's also true.
He'd still hurt you.
So it'd be interesting
What a
to see
wee
that.
compact fucking bowling ball of anger he is.
Yeah, he is a fucking scary
Well,
bastard.
how tall do you think he is?
I don't think he's tall.
Imagine
But he's like a walking wardrobe, mate. He's literally like a fucking ogre.
imagine getting caught with that in the chin. Off.
This is brilliant. We haven't even really touched on half the fucking topics, but that's our time up. And I think that's the best way to do a podcast.
Yeah, and that was actually quite good. I quite enjoyed that because we were just actually talking shit on it, and that's what the podcasts are all about.
I'm going to jinx it.
What?
Every time we leave and we do a podcast like this, it's fucking something. He's probably not push record. The microphone doesn't work. I've fucking jinxed it. I know I have. He can't even fucking hear me. He's got fucking soundproof headphones and he still can't hear me.
I know, mate. He's
Hello.
He's deaf. But yeah, season 2, episode 2.
Season 2, episode 2. That was good. That was flowing. Do you know why? Because we were just talking to each other.
Yeah, that's the bit. That's the best.
We
thing
weren't
about-
trying to be talking to the camera or
That's the bit.
we've got
Yeah.
the game on in the background. We're just talking shit.
That's the best thing about being in the crib.